Um, this Extorm, that means you're ass. For Extorm, that means you're a dog shit. But just a report. Sorry, announce one more time. She's Val. So retard. Okay, cool. Let's get it. So, yeah. So, Karen, you're recording. Professor, you're recording, correct? Okay, gotcha. Cool. So, me and Val, a retard who is notorious for shit talking, but getting backshots in conversations, had a prior disagreement on the topic of Trinitarianism, actually. The topic insofar as whether this doctrine of Christianity, this dog shit doctrine, this nonsense of a
Someone
worldview
kicked me out
is
of
contradictory or
VC.
not. And so my position, of course, I'm not sure who that person was interrupting, but my position is that this viewpoint is contradictory. I think that it is the case that you cannot affirm logically that Jesus is God, given the fact that you're going to have to be claiming that Jesus is both fully human and fully divine, respectively. And so I'm going to ask him, how would he reconcile this contradiction? How would he reconcile the contradiction of combining the properties of being omnipotent and not being omnipotent simultaneously, which is going to create a clear logical contradiction between the propositions?
Are you done?
Usually, when
Alright,
someone's done
so,
talking for a part of the time and they end
I
it off with
mean,
a question, they're done speaking. So, like, gain some social skills. Thank you.
I mean,
Respond.
someone kicked me out of the VC. That's why I was like,
Someone kicked you
I
out of
was
the VC.
confused.
Who did? Let me check
Yeah, I
the
don't.
log. Give me a second.
Someone moved me
I
to
don't know
like the
who did
stage.
that, but my apologies. Let me check. Who kicked you from the voice call? I'm not seeing
Maybe
anyone
that was an
kicking you from the
accident.
voice call. That's your connection, dude.
Oh, alright.
Yeah.
Alright. So I'll just be defending Trinitarianism. Could you like repeat the question that you asked, if you
Yeah,
did
so
ask a
of
question?
course, an entailment of the position that you're adopting here is simply that Jesus is both fully God, or sorry, both fully human and fully divine, respectively. Because of course, church-prom Christians who believe in Trinitarianism believes that it is the case that he shares the divine essence, the same divine essence as the Holy Spirit and God, respectively, which is why there's one God. Now, that argument or that proposition gets contended by the actual fact of Jesus possessing the human essence, which is granted in the Christian doctrine. So I'm asking you, how would you reconcile the contradiction? How would you reconcile the fact of Jesus possessing non-omnipotent property and omnipotence property? How would you reconcile this contradiction?
Alright, so that just hinges on a misunderstanding of what Trinitarianism actually posits. They don't say that Jesus is going to be omnipotent simpliciter or Jesus is going to be limited simpliciter. They say that Jesus is going to be omnipotent based off of a certain nature, which would be the divine nature, and he would also have this human nature. Obviously, different natures can be had or can be acquired by a specific person because all the nature is just going to be a way of being or a principle of operation. Obviously, it's going to be something which is essential, such that God or Jesus not having this specific nature would make him cease to be Jesus, but that does not mean that these natures are going to be things which um, are going to collapse into that these two categories are going to collapse. So obviously, it wouldn't really be a contradiction to say Jesus is omnipotent and Jesus is not omnipotent because you're referring to two distinct categories. You're not referring to a piece within a specific domain.
Okay, is it the case that if I am not something, then I don't possess that thing necessarily?
Or are you talking about? Sure, but once again, that just
Okay, so
hinges
so
on a
if I
misunderstanding
just to
of.
be clear, wait, That is not funny, dude. And it will still be the case that this thing is contradictory, right? And by the way, Karen, sorry, restrict and completely remove soundboards from the voice file. Remove the soundboards. Okay, Karen? Okay, so I'm gonna wait until the soundboard is being removed because I'm not sure why that's not restricted in the server. But to continue the point I was mentioning, right? The point I'm making is simply that
I rape little children.
this is the exact reason as to why I don't rely on one person to record, because now Professor is saying that his shit got crashed. Anyways, to continue the point I was mentioning, the point I'm making is simply that the argument that something is contradictory does not hinge on whether or not the predicate is going to be affirmed implicative. So, for example, I'm pretty sure you'd agree that if it is the case that I say that a bachelor possesses the essence of being married, that's contradictory, correct?
Oh, sure. That's not what I
Okay,
said. Yeah, sure.
okay, but you understand that the reasons why this contradictory is because the properties of being a bachelor, the essence of being a bachelor, which is to be unmarried, is going to be in contradiction or in opposition directly to saying that someone is married, right? And so saying that it is the case that it is going to be relative to different essences is not going to automatically disqualify the proposition for being a contradiction. It's still going to be contradictory, even if we're going to be indexing it to essences, because all essences is telling us is informing us of the essential properties of a given subject or object that's been talked about, that's been denoted in English language. And it is the case that none of that is actually, again, invalidating the argument that it is contradictory. You can re-emphasize your point or repeat your point, but it'll just debunk it again and again and again. So, response.
I never said that for something to be a contradiction, it would have to be affirmed. I simply said that for it being not be to be a contradiction, you would have to be affirming both propositions, like within the same domain, right? Because you would have like the bachelor being a married person or a married man being a contradiction if you're applying it to, or if you're indexing it to the domain of a bachelor's definition being an unmarried man. So you would be affirming the P and not P within the same domain. But if you define like a bachelor as a married man under like a different definitional view, then obviously it just wouldn't be a contradiction because it's going to be independent of the domain that asserts that it is an unmarried man. So it would just not be a contradiction in that sense. Simply just like, for example, saying that it is raining on Earth and it's not raining on Earth. Obviously, it seems like a contradiction because it's referring to the same subject, which is Earth. But obviously, there are going to be different meanings respective to that Earth, which would just be to say like it's raining on one part of Earth, it's not raining on the other part of Earth. That is not to say that Jesus is composed of parts because that contradicts divine simplicity, which is affirmed by the Trinity.
You could talk.
But
Mm-hmm.
it's simply I already defined a nature as a mode or is rather a way of being or a principle of operation, right? So Jesus could have two principles of operation, and that wouldn't be something which is like based off of our conceptualization. Those would be really distinct modes of operation, such as not to fall into like modalism about Christology or something. Anyway,
Yeah, you're kind of going
all
off point. So
it to
just to
say
respond to
is
a couple of
that
things. You're contradicting yourself, right? So you're saying here that on one hand we're talking about the same subject, but on another hand we're talking about different domains. That's contradictory. A domain in first order logic is just any non-empty set which refers to a particular object. So, for example, if I say for all x, the domain there is just going to be x, and then you're going to have the universal quantifier, which basically either binds the variable or makes the variable unbinded based on if you're going to have a quantifier or not. So for the say that I'm talking about the same subject, is you actually agree that we're actually talking about the same domain, which is going to be in contradiction to the point you mentioned, number one. Number two is simply that it is the case that I typed out two propositions in the general chat. The first proposition states Jesus has the divine essence. The second proposition states Jesus has the human essence. Is it going to be the case that the subject opposing criteria or qualifiers, or I could say descriptions, to the same exact subject is sufficient for it to be contradictory. If I say, for instance, that Val is 5'4", and then I say Val is not 5'4", because I'm talking about the exact same subject across both propositions, then that's a contradiction, because 5'4" and not 5'4" are contradictory ideas. They directly oppose one another. Same logic applies here. Divine essence and human essence directly opposes one another. And so, the very fact that you agree that we're talking about the same exact goddamn subject would entail, given how logic actually works, that this would in fact be a contradiction. There's no debating around this. You just fucked yourself, dude.
Jesus Christ! You just repeated yourself, and you just like presuppose that a being can have just one nature. You just presuppose once again that I was talking about
No.
both of those
No, retard. That's not a
propositions in
presupposition.
the
And
same
I've never
respect. Because
presupposed that the being can only have
wait,
one nature. That's
let
a
me finish.
straw
I
man.
let you
That's a
speak.
straw
I let you
man.
speak.
That's a straw
I mean, I
man,
let
bro.
you speak. You
Wait,
can
do
think
you
it's a
acknowledge
straw
this?
man.
Wait, can you acknowledge the straw man before you
It's not
continue
going
your
to be a
point?
straw man because firstly,
How is it
it's
not a
not going
straw
to be a
man? I've never made the
misrepresentation
claim
of
that
your
the being
point.
cannot have more than
Secondly,
one
even
nature.
if it was a
I've never made that
misrepresentation of your
claim.
point, it
But I've
would
never made
not
that
be an
claim.
intentional
But I've never made that
misrepresentation of
claim.
your
I've never
point,
made
so
the
it would
claim that the
not be
being
a
can only have
straw
one
man.
nature. Where do you get this from?
That does not
Where did you get
matter
this
to
from?
whether or not it's going to be a straw
It
man.
doesn't matter. You said specifically that what I
Wait,
said and
define a
what I'm
straw man. Define a straw
proposing
man.
is that a being can only have one nature, and not acknowledging that I've never said this in the conversation. So you're just straw man in
You
my
don't have to
position.
say
You're just
something. Do you
nothing
know
but a
what a
straw man.
presupposition is? A presupposition is not going to be something
How
that
am
is
I
uttered
presupposing
within the
that a being
dialect.
can have one nature? You dumb fuck. A presupposition
Yeah,
is the
because I just
assumption you make
explained to
for the
you that
basis
nature
of
is
an
going to
argument or
be
proposition.
a
How is it going to be
mode of
presupposed by my argument?
operation.
This
And
being can only have one
one
nature.
subject could have
How so?
multiple modes of operation, and if a subject has multiple
That
modes
doesn't
of
mean that the
operation,
argument goes
then
out of the
you
window.
could just
Are
be
you
talking
stupid?
about them in different respects. And you, when you say God, Jesus is
Are
going to
you
be
retarded?
omnipotent, you're going to be
You
saying
understand
this is
that
going to be
someone can say
omnipotent
that the being can have
by one
multiple
respect,
natures
and
and
it's
it
going
would
to be
not be
not
contradictory?
omnipotent by the other respect. That's not
Okay,
going
this
to be a
guy's retarded.
contradiction because you're referring to two different domains once again. Even if those two
It's not two
domains are
different
going to be
domains
like
because of this exact same subject. It would not be two
certainly
different
be
domains by definition.
oh my god. Oh Jesus Christ. Yeah, you could have two
A
different
domain by
domains referring to
definition is
one
a
subject.
non-empty set
That's
which
the
refers to
entire
one
point of
object or
that's the
more than one
entire point of
object.
the argument. Like you're
Huh?
just
Are you
assuming
stupid?
that
If
when
someone
you
is
say
talking,
Jesus is God, Christ, like unless
what's the
their
relevance and comparison
natures
between the
are gonna
example I've
be
given
things
and the
which are
God example?
Jesus Christ.
I'm
Yeah,
seeing the
you
chats right now.
said
You niggas are worthless. You niggas, I picked two niggas and you niggas got the obvious crashed. Holy dude, my god, that's why I want to focus in the voice call. Usually, I get three person to record my debates because usually some dumb stuff like this happens. I can't wait for me to get my PC. My god, I have to rely on these niggas to record my debates. Continue. What were you saying actually, Val?
yeah, I was saying that it only applies. Your argument only applies if you like collapse the two natures and say that, or say that these two natures are going to be things which are interacting with each other. But the entire process that they're going to be not interacting and they're going to be
No, you
completely,
dumb nigga.
really
You
distinct
dumb
modes of
ass nigga. I'm not
operation.
presupposing
So
any
how are you going
interaction
to say that
between the
X is going to be
propositions or predicates.
contradict?
You
Wait,
think
how are
when
you going
someone
to
is
say
claiming
X is
something to be
in
contradictory, you're
X domain?
presupposing interaction between the opposing predicates? What's
Obviously,
a
there's going
moron?
to
What's
be this
linguistically
interaction, and they're
dealing with?
going to
What
be
are you talking
invariant
about?
within some sort of domain by which these
What
two
about
propositions are going to be
contradictions which
included.
presupposes interaction?
Yeah, that's like saying X in
No, 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 no.
asserting.
Give me the
Oh
argument
my
as to why
God, that is
contradictions
like saying
necessarily
asserting X,
presupposes interaction.
asserting A
Why
in
is it the case
Jesus
that
Christ. Yeah,
why is
I
it the
just
case that
explained to
for a
you.
proposition to be contradicted, there has to be an
I just
interaction between the
explained to
opposing
you.
predicates? Why? Why?
Yeah, I just explained to you they're going to have to be related in the same domain in some way, right? But the entire
You
point is that
understand that to
saying
you for
A,
they are
yeah,
about the same
affirming
domain, but
A
you
in
mean
X.
that
Wait, let
it's
me
about
finish. Let me
subject
finish.
Jesus?
Let me
You
finish.
understand this, right?
Let me finish.
You understand this, right?
Yeah, asserting A in X domain or asserting A within X domain is not going to be contradictory with asserting B within Y domain, because these two domains are going to be things which are really distinct. They're going to be
How are the
things which are
domains different if
non-interactive.
we're
They're going
talking
to
about
be
the
things.
same object of the domain, which is
Yeah,
Jesus Christ?
you could talk about the same
What do you think
subject,
defines a
but
domain,
again, you will
retard?
not be affirming this thing simply related to this subject
What do you
simpliciter.
think
That's why
defines a
I
domain,
invoked.
retard?
That's why
What's
I
the
used the
definition
term
of a
there.
domain?
That's why,
What's the definition
yeah,
of a domain?
I'm just using a domain as some sort of quantifier, such as that you say like human
Quantifier?
nature or some
Quantifier?
sort of object or thing with content.
Is it a
Just something with
quantifier or is it an
content.
object?
Yeah, I
Is
said
it the
something with
quantifier or an object?
content. I just
Quantifier is
said
an
something
object, so
with
different.
content. I mean, I could use
So,
this,
so,
both
so you
words
said
the same
quantifier
way.
original, now it's in concept? What are you talking about?
I mean, an object can be a quantifier. I don't know what you're talking about.
A domain is not a quantifier in first order logic, you dumb fuck. What are you talking about?
I mean, depends on what you're talking
A
about.
quantifier
Once
is what
again, I just said
stipulates
it's
the
gonna be something with
existence
content. I
condition.
said it's gonna be something with content, and you also made
Something with
the
content.
blunder with the
Something with context, right? So
strawman.
Jesus
But
Christ is
yeah,
context, correct? Jesus Christ is conceptual content, correct?
sure.
Okay, and you agree that across both propositions, the same subject is being talked about, that subject being Jesus Christ. And so it would be about the same domain given your own definition. And so the contradiction is
Oh,
successful.
Jesus Christ.
Checkmate.
Yeah,
Wow,
that's
that was
not what I
easy.
said. That is
Huh?
not attack
Are you
my
stupid?
argument.
You forgot your own
That
point,
would
didn't
imply
you?
as if you were saying
You forgot your
Jesus
own
is
point, didn't you? Huh?
omnipotent, and then Jesus is not omnipotent, but you're saying Jesus is omnipotent qua the or qua the divine nature. Jesus is not omnipotent
Yeah,
qua
Jesus
the
is
human
omnipotent
nature.
qua divine nature. Jesus is not omnipotent
Okay, so
qua
how do they
human
talk
nature. That would
about
be a
the same? How
contradiction.
do they talk about the same domain? They just refer to the same
They're
subject.
talking
Those
about the
are
same
two
subject, you
non-interactive
moron.
domains
So
within the same
if I say,
subject.
for example, I'll give you an example. I'll give you an example, retard. Because we've defined the nature's essential properties, right? If I say that you are 5'4", qua the concept of
That's
five foot
not
four
how
now,
I.
and then
That's not
stop
how I
talking,
define
retard.
the
Stop
nature.
talking, retard. You
But
cooked
that's
right now.
not
You know
how
you're
I
cooked right
define the
now.
nature.
You know you're
According to
cooked right now.
your
You're not getting Buddhist back into the
idiosyncratic
conversation.
definition
If you
of
say
a
that, if
strawman,
I
you're
say Val is
strawmanning
five foot
me.
four, I can just speak over you, by the way. If I say
I
Val
never
is
said
5'4",
nature
qua
is
5'4",
some
this is a
essential
concept. And then
property.
I say
That is
Val
not what
is
I said at
not
all.
5'4",
I said a
qua
nature is going
not
to be a
5'4", and this is a
principle of
concept. It would
operation or a
still be a
way of being
concept. You
multiple
affirm
times
both
within this
predicates
debate.
to the actual same subject, you retard. Doesn't matter if you're
I mean, it
indexing
cannot
the
be this
predicate for a
hard to
given
crack
nature
a
because
simple
the very fact is
definition, given the fact that I've said it
the two
over
natures which
10
are opposing
times.
one another is about the same subject. Lock in, retard.
Yeah, I've explained this multiple times. I never said that nature is going to be some essential property. I said nature is going to be an essential way of being or an essential mode of operation. When you talk about modes of
Okay,
operations,
I'll
you're
just
not
break
going to
this
be
down
talking
for
about
you. Is it
the
the case that in
one
logic? Is it the case that in logic? Is it the
property.
case that in logic, a contradiction is represented by P and the conjunct with not P? Yes or no?
When you're talking about the same domain, these domains are going to be things which are like interacting from
Yes, retard.
simultaneously.
Yes, the
There's
same
going to
domain.
be
Yes, same domain. Gotcha. Cool. So proposition is going to be Jesus, right? Is omnipotent. Is that true?
Jesus is an omnipotent quasi divine
Yeah, is
nature.
that
That's not
true?
that
Yes
part.
or no? Yes or no? I don't
Sure,
want a TED talk. I want a yes or no to my
sure,
question.
sure.
Okay,
Jesus is
so that's
not
gonna be
omnipotent quasi
proposition.
human
So
nature.
it's gonna be proposition P. Stop talking, son. Don't let me get the belt. Just relax, okay? So, anyways, proposition
Oh, that was
not
not
P, right?
referring to
It's gonna be to say that Jesus is not omnipotent, right?
quasi human nature. Yes,
Don't know why you're adding the qua part as if that's relevant. The point is, we have
because it's going to be
proposition P,
something
which
which is
states Jesus
necessary
is
to
omnipotent. We have
understand the
proposition
distinction
not P, which
between the
states
two, and to
Jesus is
understand
not omnipotent. Would that be a
contradiction.
contradiction? Yes or no? Would that be a contradiction? Yes or no?
No, it would not be a
Jesus is
contradiction.
and is not omnipotent. Is that contradictory?
No, because you're referring to two different
No, it's not
domains under like
contradictory.
the
P and
command.
not P is not
Hold on.
contradictory. P and not P is not a contradiction. P and not P is not a
Oh, God.
contradiction.
I mean, if you want to say that it's going to be
You,
contradicted under
that's
the
your
same domain, then but
evolutionizing
that's
logic
not the
that you're
argument that I
speaking right
gave.
now. Just
That's not going to
changing
be
the
my
whole framework
position.
of logic,
That's
which have
not going to be
been
my position.
invented and discovered for centuries. What is
Listen,
going on here? You're just
let's
changing the whole
conclude.
scope of logic to suit your favor when
I
your own
never
religion gets
changed the
debunked on this
scope of
topic.
logic. Like
You
you're just
literally
like
claim that P and not P
maybe
is
you've
not a
never read a
contradiction, even
single
though it's an
PDF or
obvious
you've
fact in
never read
zero
a
part of the
single
logic. What are you
paper
talking
on the
about?
Trinitarian doctrine,
You
but you
think P
just
and
like
not P?
try to
You think the context of
assert
P
these.
and not P is not a contradiction,
You
sir?
just
You're
try to
retarded.
assert the same debunk towards every
The blunder
Trinitarian. Like
generator
that
can't
does
even
not
distinguish
work
a
for you. That's why
contradiction
you
from a
lost the first debate
non-contradiction.
and the previous debate we
Huh?
had 2 days ago.
Did he just claim? Did he not claim on the recording? Did he not claim that P and not P is not a contradiction?
I never said the P and not P is not a
Yes,
contradiction
he
of
did. He
Jesus
said
Christ, but
Jesus
I
is
told you multiple times.
omnipotent
You
and
know,
not
let's
omnipotent,
conclude.
not be
We
a
can go
contradiction.
back
That's your
on the
point.
recording. I said
You made this.
it's
You actually
referring
made
to
this claim. You made this claim.
the
Actually, what are you talking
under the
about?
contradiction. But if
Did he
we're
not say
taking
that
it
Jesus is
way that
omnipotent and
you
not
think
omnipotent?
it,
It's not
it's
a
going to be referring
contradiction.
to
Did he
the
not make this
same
claim?
domain, then yes, it's going to be a contradiction. But
Are
that's not the
are both
argument that I'm making.
propositions
That's not the
talking about
position that
Jesus
I'm
Christ?
asserting.
Are both propositions talking about Jesus Christ?
They can both be talking about Jesus Christ, but Jesus
Are
Christ
they
is just going
talking
to
about
be
Jesus Christ?
oh,
Yes or no?
Jesus
Yes or
Christ is
no?
just going to be a name.
Are they talking
You
about
know,
Jesus Christ? Answer the
there's
goddamn
no.
question. Yes
Oh
or
my
no?
God.
I'm going to ask the question the fourth time. Are they talking about Jesus Christ? Are both propositions
Yes,
talking
they're
about the
talking
same
about
exact
Jesus
subject?
Christ. That does
Okay,
not
so if they're talking
matter.
about the
That does
same
not
exact
matter.
subject, if they're talking about the
The
same
two
exact
subjects can have
subject,
different
and
modes of
they're
operation.
predicating
And if
two
you have
opposing
different modes of
criteria
operation,
or
these modes
descriptions
of
to that
operation can
same
be
exact
contrasting.
subject, then
Like
by
me
definition,
operating
that would be
in
a
X mode and me
contradiction.
operating in Y mode and me being
I'm
able
going
to
to do
do
this
things
one more
in
time
X
again.
mode
I'm
that
going to do
I'm
this
not
again, right?
able,
Is it the case?
that
Is it
I'm
the
not
case
able
that
to do
both
in Y mode.
propositions? Is it the case? Stop yapping, retard. Is it the case that both propositions is about the
So
same
let's conclude,
exact
bro.
subject? Is it the
Okay, let's
case that they're
conclude.
about the same exact subject? Yes or no? The answer is yes, right? Right?
I just explained to you.
Right?
No,
Was that
let's
a
conclude.
yes? The answer is yes, right?
Let's conclude, bro.
The answer is yes, right? You're running.
Yes, let's conclude, bro.
Okay, so the answer is yes. So the answer is yes. It is about the same exact subjects, and
This nigga is not
you're
tracking.
predicating a not P and a P to the same exact subject. So that would be a contradiction by definition. I think the
Yeah,
debate's
it's not
finished.
gonna be
If you
contradiction.
give
I
a
just
conclusion,
explained to you.
retard.
I've explained to you multiple times how it's not gonna be contradiction. But
Give
yeah, let's
conclusions,
conclude.
retard. Go for it, retard.
Alright, yeah. So I explained to this retard Apollo for like I've told this guy. I think this is the third Trinitarian debate that we've had so far. But I explained to this guy that when you're talking about in nature, it's gonna be simply a mode of operation or a way of being. And so one could have X mode of operation and Y mode of operation. These two modes of operations are gonna be distinct domains by which you can do A in X mode and you can do not A in Y mode, right? So you could be omnipotent in X mode, you can be not omnipotent in Y mode, right? You could have these two modes of being, it could still be referred to as the same subject. And these two modes of being are going to be things which you necessarily have access to, or which are necessarily going to be attributed to you, the subject, because obviously in nature it's going to be something which is essential to a subject. And unless you like try to collapse the two different domains to try to say doing not A within X domain is going to be a contradiction, that yes, that's going to be a contradiction, but that's not the position that I'm trying to defend. And it just doesn't seem like this guy's ever read a single paper on like the Trinitarian doctrine because like this is really bad for you. You just try to like rehash the same argument against every single Trinitarian that you come across, but that argument like barely works against anyone unless the person is just like a straight retard. Because it's mostly retards that even debate in the first place. But yeah, that's just gonna be my closing statement. You
Especially
can go
reaching
ahead.
debate. Yeah, you're one of those retards who had debate, and you're also one of those retards who's getting backshots
I
in the
mean,
conversation.
if you've lost,
So just to give my conclusions, just pipe down there, my son. Okay, your dad is talking right now. So the dumb fuck retard thinks for some reason that I was presupposing that in my argument that there's a multiplicity of or rather I don't believe that one object can have a multiplicity of natures. Not a presupposition, by the way. Failed to evidentially demonstrate as to why this was a presupposition of my argument, and so that claim gets thrown out through the window. Basically, that claim gets knocked off the list. So that claim is just incorrect. Secondly, he also makes the objection that for it to be a contradiction, it has to be something which is true simplicator. No, you dumb fucking retard. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You can have some contradiction, even if it is going to be the case that the predicates, which is involved in the contradictory proposition, is going to be indexed or relative to a particular nature that you're assigning to the given subject. Now, in the case of logic, just to basically give this guy a free lecturing session on basic logic, You'll understand that if I say that John is married as one prop and say John is not married as another prop, it is going to be the case in all possible case scenarios that this would be contradictory, even if I'm indexing the predicates of being married and unmarried respectively to a particular nature that John has. It will still be a contradiction because it's going to be a contradiction of P and not P. Right? The same logic applies here. Jesus is omnipotent. That's going to be entailed from him possessing the divine nature, given your possession. Jesus is not omnipotent, given the fact that he possesses the human nature. Doesn't matter if both propositions are things which are true in virtue of different natures. The very fact of the opposing predicates which are contradictory being affirmed about the same exact God-type subject would make it the case that you're affirming the conjunct of P and not P. Hence, there would be a contradiction in your position. Right? Doesn't matter if you're trying to index to the nature bullshit. It would still collapse into a contradiction, you dumb fuck. And this is something you're not understanding. I'm going to give you two pro tips, by the way, to actually, escape the contradiction in the future, which even these two pro tips is not going to be successful for your dog shit position and your religion anyways. The two escape routes is either saying that it is not about the same subject, which is going to be dishonest, and obviously that's incorrect, or you're going to have to agree that it is about the same subject, but Jesus does not possess the human nature and divine nature in fullness. He possesses them in part. And then that's going to entail composition, and composition is going to be in contradiction to Jesus' immutability by the fact that composition entails modal variance, but lack of composition entails modal invariance, which is what immutability actually is. So those are going to be the best routes you're going to have to escape the contradiction, which in any case, I'm going to still be able to debunk it because I'm just that motherfucker. So yeah, you got blown the fuck out and you're retarded and you're dog shit. Go revisit basic logic. And by the way, you said domain is a quantifier. You're like the dumbest fucking subhuman ape I've came across recently. It just keeps on updating actually, but that's basically it for the recording. Yeah, you can end the recording. Absolute fucking retard. Like I said, domain is a quantifier. Fuck.
I'm muting for real. He said an object is a quantifier, but Val, I don't know what you noticed, but do you know what a bound variable is? Just
Yep.
unmute you real quick. Or were you just like not talking about quantifiers and logic, something idiosyncratic fringe notion of a quantifier?
He doesn't know anything about this concept.
And I said it could be
Like if I
something
ask him right now what a bound
idiosyncratic.
variable is, he could just like literally
Literally.
stumble and just like commit a blunder like a retard.
Objects can be quantifiers.
Yeah, bound variables
You
are
do know.
variables with quantifiers. Free
Yeah.
variables don't have quantifiers.
Doesn't even it doesn't even make sense for an object to quantify itself. The object, the grass says there exists for all x. Doesn't make sense, buddy. Just back it up, bro.
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. But
As
that's
a
Yeah,
I
holds
will
Christian,
say.
to a
Kieran, why
broader
did
view
you
of
won that
objects.
debate?
Held to a
As a
broader view of
Christian.
objects.
Who do you? I
Dude,
want
you
to
said the
debate.
domain is a quantifier, nigga. Shut your bitch ass up, you dumbass nigga. You're fucking stupid as fuck. And you're talking about some I don't think you read books, nigga. You read
You
no books,
literally,
nigga.
you
This shit. You
said,
don't even know the domain
you
is
said that
defined in
I was
first degree law,
strawmanning
you
you,
dumbass
even though it was
pig.
not
You
something that
cum
was
skinned, dirty
intentional.
Caucasian ass nigga. Shut the
I mean,
fuck
you
up,
said
bitch
I
ass.
was
You're
strawmanning
retarded
you,
as
even though
fuck,
it's
nigga.
not something that was
Nigga,
intentional,
nigga,
which
unironically,
directly
Buddhists can both
contradicts the
you, your mama,
definition
and
of
your dad in
what
the
a
same fucking house,
strawman
you fucking
is.
submissive
Which
fucking
means you
slave. Nigga, I
clearly
have
don't know
owned you,
using
bitch
the
ass boy.
standard
And
definitions
now you're
of the
getting back
fallacy
the fuck
they're
up
trying
too
to
because you're
impose on
retarded
someone
as fuck,
else.
nigga. These are the
I mean, that's just
consequences of
bad
trying to
looks for
shit
you,
talk a
though.
nigga who is so far above you, nigga. You're trash as fuck. You're garbage. In fact, calling you
I
trash
mean,
and
you've
garbage
lost
is
me
insult
five
to every
times.
garbage out there, nigga. You're sub garbage, you dumbass boy. Get the fuck
You've
out of here,
lost
you
me
Mumbai
five
resident
times
ass
in
nigga.
a row.
Nigga,
Like,
you're
I've
dirty
never
ass
lost you.
shit, boy.
I've never lost a
Nigga,
single
you're
debate
black
to
as
you.
shit too. Your
Like,
skin is
that's
dirty as
horrible.
fuck. Shut the fuck up, nigga. Nigga
I
thought
don't
it
know
was
why this
cool that
guy is.
freaking
I don't know
Gaprion
why this
can
guy is trying
PvP.
to like.
Nigga talk about some. Oh, I got the Gaprion King
This
PvP. I
guy
guess
is
I'm the
trying to be
strongest now. I
racist,
can
even
basically
though
go to
he's black
battle.
as
Nigga, you're
well.
not
Like,
strong, nigga. You're retarded.
your
You're weak
face
as
has
shit.
been leaked
Nigga, your
within the
rhetoric needs
community.
some
You're
protein,
toxic
nigga.
shit.
You're weak as hell, nigga.
You're toxic
You're weak
shit.
as hell, nigga. You're not that
You
guy, my
have the
nigga.
worst.
Pipe
You have the
down,
worst
son.
accent in the
Pipe down, son.
community.
You're not that guy, son.
Your
You're
accent
not
has
that
not
guy,
changed
son.
once within the
You're not that
past like
guy,
5
son.
years, bro.
Holy, dude. Bro, I'm giving you the George Floyd treatment right now, bro. I'm rhetorically George Floyd in the fuck out of
I
you
mean,
right
I
now,
don't
nigga.
care
Bro, I have my
about
rhetorical
what you
knee
think.
on your fucking neck, and you're like choking, bro. You're like getting strangled and shit. You're getting pinned the fuck down in the rhetorical
I mean,
octagon, and
you
I'm
literally
hushing you right
lost the
now, bitch ass
Clorox,
boy.
bro. How
Look
do
at
you
you, nigga. You're
lose the
lost for
Clorox?
words too. Your brain is trying to think of another
You
blunder,
lost
you
the flu as
dumbass pig.
well.
Get the fuck out of here, nigga. You're
You lost
trash as fuck,
everybody,
nigga.
actually.
Like we
Like,
have
how
this
do
on
you keep
recording
on
too, you
LARPing into
dumbass
high
boy. Look
tier?
at you. Getting packed up, nigga, getting spanked the fuck up. Look at you, bum ass boy. Nigga, go get a job too, you dirty ass fucking loser, you fucking pig. Get the fuck out of here, nigga.
At what point did he
I
lose to
mean,
on flow?
you're the
Nigga's
grown
father put
man
freaking
on
hot dogs
Discord
in the middle
calls
of New
debating
York City.
minors, so
You
I'm not
bum
really
ass
sure if
boy.
I'm the one who needs to get a job or
Nigga,
if
you're
it's you.
trash, boy. You're
Why is it
trash.
like supposed to
You're
be a
trash. Wait,
construction
Cal,
worker?
answer my
Or did
question.
you
Why is
get
it the case
fired
that no one thinks
that
you're a hiker?
from debating
Why is
too
it the
much?
case that no one thinks you're
Maybe you're
high
too
whereas there
weak.
at least over 100 people believes I'm a high Why is it the case that this is true?
I mean, a bunch of
Why?
people think I'm high tier, but I don't really care about your opinion. You have your
Wait.
little
Most people think
cult
you're a high tier?
following.
Most people think you're a high tier?
I mean, if it's that hard for you to listen to
Most
what
people
I
think
say,
you're a high
then
tier?
I'm not gonna even
Okay,
bother to
what's
correct
what's
you.
your
Who do you think
what's
you're tricking, retard?
I
what's your
said
the
there's
most
people
collab you
who
on?
think I'm a
There's no
high
high
tier.
tier debater with a rhetoric as atrocious as your rhetoric. You're retarded. You're not a high tier debater. Your rhetoric is freaking
I
dog
mean,
shit. You can't even
obviously,
reason
my
properly. You
rhetoric
don't
is
even know what
better
a
than
logical
yours for sure.
contradiction is. You don't even know what it means for something to be a domain inverse or the logic. You don't know anything you're talking about. You're just a fucking retard. You're just a LARPer. You're a LARPer trying to accuse other people of LARPing as a high tier when you're the biggest LARPer in this fucking voice call. You're stupid as fuck, nigga.
No, I ain't never hit
Most
a high
people
tier
have
say
me right
domains the
above
quantifier
Apollo on
gang.
their tier
Bro, the
list.
funny thing is,
Most people have
if I
seen
ask Karen,
the Apollo debate.
Who's a Christian, if he thinks he won that debate, he will say no. Like unironically, that's how badly performed. Performed like
No, he
I
fucking
mean,
tried.
shit,
Karen is
dude.
literally like your best friend, dude. Like, it doesn't matter if he's a
Karen is not my
Christian.
best friend. I have no best friend on Discord.com. Nice try though, retard.
Nice
I mean,
try.
you spend most of your time here, so I mean,
The only
one
reason
could truly assume.
Karen is close to me is because guess what? Because I'm a high tier. Ha! You guessed it, right? You guessed it. He guessed it, dumbass nigga. You guessed it. Majority of my friends or people even
I don't
are
remember
close to me on
hearing any
Discord.com
guess.
are close to me only for the reason that they know and they believe that I'm a high tier debater. So yeah, that kind of works against you, man. But I mean, to put things back into shape, yeah, your own Christian does not even believe that you win this debate. You look like dog shit. And the reason
There
as to
are
why
multiple
retards like
Christians that have said that I
you'll never
won
become
all three
relevant,
debates
you'll
against
never
you.
become good at debating,
Like, even
no one will ever
Wizhan, who
respect
beat
you,
you
even your
on the
mom,
same
even your
topic,
dad, even your
said
aunt,
I
your
beat
grandma.
you as
No one
well.
will ever respect you in life. The reason is what you do is you cope. You have an insecurity problem. So instead of actually becoming better at what the fuck you care about, you
Wizhan,
cope
who
and you
beat you on
lie. You
that
create your
same topic,
delusional
says that
fantasies
I
about
beat
what the
you
fuck
as
reality
well.
actually
So,
is without
like,
getting better, without
I mean,
improving,
you're
without augmenting your
generally
fucking skill.
horrible. I'm not gonna
You are
lie to
a
you.
bum. You are a bum. You won't get better. I'll tell you my backstory for a second. My backstory for me being the best fucking debater is me getting whooped by Six Pat Spencer and admitting I've gotten fucking whooped and getting better. The reason why you dog shit ass new gen debaters will never become good at debating is you guys will get blown the fuck out in the conversation. No, you get ripped the fuck out. And then go around and tell your friends to vouch that you won, even though you objectively and undeniably lost instead of getting fucking better. You will never become better like this. And at this point, I'm not even just insulting you anymore. I'm giving you a father pro tip. I'm like actually sending you right now. If you want to become good at debating, stop doing this loser shit where you get beaten the fuck up by a high tier debater and then be like, oh, he's LARPing as a high tier. He's not good. And then go get your friends to say that the person won or say that you won. It's lame as fuck. It's lame.
High tier
I'll
is
give you
crazy.
another backstory, by the way. When my name was Ajax, you can ask D1 and Gios, people knew me from like
No,
2022.
nigga, you
When my name
suck.
was Ajax, by the way, my name was actually Ajax on Discord.com. And I own plenty of like I
Why is
own the
letting
like
this
the
ass
biggest
nigga
servers around.
speak?
I own the biggest servers around. By the way, like servers which are so active at like over 90 boosts, and like it was active 24/7, right? In that time, I had like perhaps even more goons than now, but I still conceded to losing debates. I debated Noodles. You can even ask Noodles right now. Noodles who agrees I am better than him currently. You can even ask him. I lost to him, and I admitted to losing to Noodles multiple times. I admitted to losing to Six. I admit when I take my fucking L's, and I got better from that shit. I lost this. My first debate was me getting bullied the fuck up by Spencer. You think I was going around saying that I beat Spencer? My second debate in Facio was me getting bullied by Drake. You can even ask Draco himself, who agrees I'm better than him currently. You think I'm gonna go? I think I went around saying that I'm better than Draco after getting beaten the fuck up. No, I got better from that shit. I didn't go and try to get some goons to say I freaking won a debate on Discord.com. No, you take your fucking L's like a fucking man. Stop being a fucking pussy. Take your L's. Go do your research. Watch debates. How can I get my rhetoric better? How can I get my vocabulary better? How can I get my articulation better? And then come back and debate the same person. Take your fucking L's. Be a freaking man, right? Don't try to lie about someone losing the debate, even though you know for a fact you committed the blunder. You know you committed the blunder. You're just lying to yourself at this point, and it's annoying as fuck. I'm just giving you a pro tip right now. If you want to actually become good at debating, if you want to actually become relevant, do what I tell you to do. Because if you do this weird goon shit, there's a reason as to why you niggas are never going to be relevant. You niggas are going to always have your little cave, your echo chamber caves, where only 5 or 6 persons respect you, and no one outside of that circle respects you. Unlike me, on the contrary, whereas there are people who I've never talked to before, who has me as the best debater, who has watched my debates on YouTube, who has watched my debates on TikTok, who has watched my debates on Discord, and has me as the best debater without me even being friends with those plenty of niggas. In fact, the vast majority of my fans I've never even talked to before, ever. And they believe in the best. Why? Why is it the case that for someone to even respect you, they have to know he's a person, but for someone to respect me, that's not necessary? The reason is pretty fucking
No, there are
obvious.
people that agree that I
I've
beat
been this
God.
shit
I
over.
never talked to
Lame
them.
as fuck. Lame. Lame as fuck.
So,
And I'm gonna be the
really,
only top tier debater to tell you this because no other nigga is gonna care enough to tell you this shit because they don't care about you like that. You're my son, so I care about you, dude. Anyway, someone was telling me they wanted to debate me. That retard name. What the fuck his name is?
Extorm.
That philosopher guy. Tell him to join VC.
Yeah, it was
Join
Extorm.
VC, dumb fuck. Send. I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty for more debater blood, Karen. You know, thirsty for more.
I was watching you versus Mercury again.
Huh?
The Mercury debates. You think Mercury has gotten any better? Because he was creating crazy stuff in that debate. To the correspondence theory stuff.
Yeah. Oh, you watched my debate with him? Oh, yeah, that was
Yeah.
terrible. He has not really gotten better, to be honest. He's still the same retard, has the same trash rhetoric. I don't see how someone's skill can just be that stagnant despite consistently debating in voice call for that amount of time. It's like you spend your time doing so much debate. It's like training without any fucking rewards. Like, what's the point of it, bro? What's the point of you debating if your intellectual faculty is at a limit where it just won't get past the 27 IQ score line? Like, what the fuck is the point, right? It's just
Mm.
embarrassing. It's embarrassing stuff. Embarrassing stuff. And we had the debates recently, and it was just so bad. It was just atrocious. It was the worst. Like, his performance was unironically worse than Bal's performance a while ago. It was like that freaking terrible. It was terrible.
Worse than
And this is
worse.
the supposed top tier debater in the anime com. I'm like looking back on these people's opinions. I'm like, what the fuck? Even my recent debate, I debated with Westbond on the pedophile allegation stuff. People said Westbond won, even though he conceded. Like you have to really think about these guys' credibility, and then be like, these guys are just dick riders. These guys, their opinions are not worthy of anything. Oh, he's doing the voice call. So the retard is gonna get his name is Extorm. Okay, talk, bitch.
Watch your mouth, bitch. Anyways, though, right? You
Watch
want
your
to do
mouth, man.
the
Watch your mouth, bitch. Nigga, shut your goofy ass up. That shit had no
nigga? Shut
aura,
your,
nigga.
shut, move.
Separate
Shut
game
the
up,
fuck
nigga. That shit
up.
was not oracleable. What
Was this
topic,
nigga trying to
retard?
press?
This
Yeah,
nigga to the
but,
pork. This nigga to the pork. This nigga to the pork. Nigga,
anyways,
you
though,
sound like
right?
you're choking on my dick right now, nigga. Just like your mom was choking on my dick last night, which is giving me blowjob
What?
for 30 minutes straight, you
What?
dumbass boy. Now, anyways, pick a topic.
This is a grown ass man, by the way. Anyways,
This
though,
is a
right?
grown ass man, buddy. A grown ass man fucking your mom in your own bedroom, dumbass boy. How do you feel about that, nigga?
Am I supposed to
Pick
get
a
pressed or
topic.
something?
Pick
I'm
a topic.
confused.
Pick a topic.
Am I
Pick a
supposed to
topic.
get
Pick a
pressed?
topic.
We could
Yeah,
do
we're supposed to get
theology.
first. We're supposed to get picked. Pick a topic.
I just told you we could do theology.
The theology. What topic in theology? What's the debate proposition, retard?
You're a Muslim, right? We can debate over whether or not Allah exists.
Okay, gotcha, cool.
I'm on the negative meaning that I'm against Allah existence.
Okay, so
So
that means you
I'm
believe the proposition is false, retard?
okay. So you in the positive, I believe, right? Okay. So I'm gonna
Running,
put a question.
do you believe the proposition is false?
Yes, I'm putting a question to answer. Why you think Allah exists?
So, do you believe the proposition is false?
Yes, I believe the proposition of Allah existence is false. So I'm putting a question to
So you don't
ask.
have an argument with the proposition, right?
No, I'm putting a question to ask. You should give me the argument first. You should give me the
So
argument
that
why you
means you
think
don't have an
Allah
argument with the proposition. Gotcha.
exists.
So I'll take a concession. So
What?
the argument for Allah existence, yeah, that was like an easy concession at the first like 10 seconds of the
How is
conversation
that
because
easy
you're a dumb fucking
concession?
retard. Well, first and foremost, you're not even given an argument, right? So like you like
First
make
of all,
make
you in the
clear what the
positive
position is.
side and I'm in the negative, meaning that I'm
Why do
on
you
the
think
negative,
defines
meaning I
positive and
disagree with your
negative,
thing.
retard?
So therefore, you
Why
should
do you think
agree.
why do you think
You should
defines
explain to me
positive
first
and
why
negative?
you believe your claim
What
is
do you think
first.
defines positive? We're both making positive claims, retard.
No. I'm on the negative because I disagree with something. You in the positive when
I
you
disagree
agree
with
on
your
something.
disagreement, so that's going to be under your
Okay,
definition
but
of negative.
here's the thing though, right? You more so in the
Oh
positive.
shit, dude.
Oh,
So wait, you
okay,
think
bro.
that you disagreeing with something makes you on the negatives? That
Okay,
means
I
given
know
your
why
own
you trying
logic,
to be
you're on the
rhetorical,
negative
but
because
it
I'm
doesn't work in
disagreeing with
your
your
favor.
stance
So
right
just
now.
stop it. Anyways, though,
The
right?
blunder generated
What's
by
gonna be the
this
argument why
track
you
of
think Allah
conversation.
exists? What's
Is it
gonna be
the
the
case that I'm
what's gonna be the
disagreeing
argument
with
why
your
you think Allah
proposition? Yes or
exists?
no? Is it the case I'm
For the
disagreeing
question,
with
what's
your
gonna be the argument why
proposition?
Allah
Yes or no?
exists? Are you give me an argument
Is
why
it the
Allah
case that I
exists?
disagree with your that's a dodge? I'm going to ask the question for the third time. Is it the case I disagree with your
I'm
proposition?
putting
Yes
a
or no?
question as do you think Allah
I'm going to
exists?
ask the
Like
question for the fourth time.
no,
Is
I'm
it the
putting a
case
question
I
as like
disagree
what's
with your
gonna be the argument
proposition?
of
Yes or
Allah
no?
existence?
I'm going to just re-ask the question on the fifth occasion.
No, I'm
So,
asking you
do I disagree
this
with your
nigga so I'm
proposition? Yes or
asking what you
no?
think of Allah
Yes or
existence.
no?
I know why you
Answer
trying
the
to be
goddamn
rhetorical with your little
question, you
goons. It
scumbag.
won't work. I'm
You
asking what's gonna be
dishonest,
the proposition
slimy
and what's gonna be the
scumbag.
argument why
Answer
you
the
think
goddamn
Allah
question.
exists. If you're not gonna give me why Allah
Do I
exists,
disagree with the proposition or no? Which one is it?
so you go agree. So you go explain why Allah exists.
Do I disagree with your proposition that Allah does not exist? Yes or no?
Okay, so you're not answering my question.
Yes or
I'm
no?
saying though, right?
Yes or no? Yes or no?
So okay, so I'm asking you, right?
Why are you
Let me start
stumbling
dumb it
so
down.
much, dude? Answer the goddamn question. Yes or
Let me
no?
dumb it down for you, fucking
You think
retard, right?
disagreeing with a particular
I'm
proposition is
asking, right, you
sufficient for the
fucking retard,
proposition
is
to
do
be a
you think
negative
what's
claim?
gonna be the
So,
argument
given
why you
your own
think Allah
definition, that
exists?
I'm on the negative.
I'm saying why what's gonna be
Hmm.
the argument why you think Allah exists
Another
and why does it
deflection
justify
from the
your claim?
locator.
I put a question to ask,
Another
right? You're not
deflection.
giving me no
Another
justification, right?
deflection.
You
Another
just going
deflection.
circular and you
Another
try to
deflection. Another
add
deflection. Another
homonyms, you
deflection.
fucking retard.
He's
So what's gonna be
stumbling
the
over his
argument why you
fucking
think
words. He doesn't know what he's talking
Allah
about, right? This
exists?
is
So you
the
gonna give me an
typical
argument
low
why
tier
Allah
status.
exists or what? You
Right,
fucking
so
low
you
tier.
claimed that it is the case that I am on the positive, but he just
Yeah,
conceded
because
the
you on the
opposite
positive because you
stance.
agree on something. I'm in the negative because I disagree
You
with
don't
something,
agree
right?
that Allah does not exist? You don't agree that Allah does not exist?
I don't agree that Allah doesn't exist. That means I'm the negative. You in the
So that
positive, meaning
means you
that you
don't agree with your own
agree.
stance, you dumbass nigga, so you could see the
How
conversation.
is it a conceit?
Holy dude! Holy dude! Checkmate to dumbass boy. Nigga,
This
you
nigga's
just said a
actually
while
a
ago you
fucking
don't agree with your
retard.
own
What?
stance, nigga. You're dumb as shit, dude. Holy,
You
you did not
actually a
just claim
fucking
a while ago
retard.
that
What
it
the
is the
fuck?
case. Wait, hold
Bro,
on, just
you
a
are
second, right?
actually a
Because you're
fucking
saying
retard.
that's
Are
your
you gonna be
stance.
serious
You
or what?
originally made the proposition that your stance on the given topic is to say that
Listen,
Allah
I'm
does
literally
not
trying to explain
exist.
to you
But
right
then
this. Listen, I'm
now
on the
you're
negative and
agreeing.
you on the
And then
positive.
now you're
Listen,
agreeing that you don't agree with this proposition. So you don't agree with your own
all right,
stance.
so
You
you
don't
gonna
agree with
let
your
me
own
talk or you
stance.
gonna try and like
Or
act like a fucking ape?
don't. Nigga, stop stumbling, dude. You don't agree with your own stance. That's an open
No,
concession. You
I
got
don't.
blown
Okay,
the fuck
listen,
out.
you seem like you didn't try. I said that I
Oh
don't.
shit, dude! You're getting blown the fuck out, dude. What the fuck?
Listen,
Any
you seem like
response?
you
Go for
don't.
it. Oh shit! Your brain is crashing out. Holy, dude. Your brain is
So it
having a
seemed like you
PC
didn't
crash moment
understand
right
what I'm
now.
trying to say, right? Because you just trying to like pull some bullshit at hominem, right? So I'm trying to explain to you, right, is
Ad
that I'm on
hominem,
the
ad
negative.
hominem. What a badass comeback, guys. Holy, dude. Continue response. Uh huh.
You'll
Go
let
for
me
it.
finish or you'll keep on talking over me. I'm trying to explain to you, right, is that what's good. I'm just gonna explain like why you. I'm saying like what's gonna be justification
Stutter,
of
dude.
Allah
Why are you stuttering
existence.
so much? Why are you stuttering
I'm
so
asking what's
much?
gonna be justification of Allah
Why are you
existence, and you
stuttering
have.
so much? Can you answer my
I'm
question? Why are you
asking
stuttering
what's
so
gonna be
much?
the argument of why you
Wait, are you
believe
gonna answer
Allah
my question?
exists.
Why are you stuttering so much? Why are you
Why
stuttering
is
so
this
much?
irrelevant? Why is this irrelevant? I'm asking you,
Why is
what's
this
going to be the
relevant?
argument
I
and
think
why you
you
think
need to
Allah
ask. But
exists?
why are you
If you're not
stuttering
going to give me
so
an
much?
argument why Allah exists, therefore you
You
don't
just
have no
said you don't
argument.
agree with your own stance, correct? Did you not say this?
Listen, I said I don't. Listen, I said I don't agree that Allah exists.
Oh
That's what I'm
shit,
saying. What I'm
dude!
saying though, right, is that
Bro,
you
you're
okay?
ass, dude. Why would you step up to the
All
goat?
right, give me do it.
Why would
All
you
right,
step
it
up
seems
to
like
the
you
number
got
one
poorly
debate
tracking skills.
in the
I don't know why
history
you
of
little dick fighters in the
mankind
chat
for the
named
survival
Timothy,
of
whatever the fuck
religion,
you call,
actually?
try to dick fight you and think that
What
this
do
is
you think was gonna
rhetorical,
happen?
even though this is not
What do you think was
rhetorical. It
gonna
just make you look
happen?
more like a
What do you think
retard.
was gonna happen? You confronted the best debater of the mankind history, and
best.
You thought you could what?
What? Nigga, the
Oh
best?
shit, dude,
Hold on, did the
dude,
scribble beat
dude,
you?
you're
Did the
trash.
scribble beat you? Did the Riddlerson beat you? The best?
He's just listing names right now. Just listing
Listen,
names.
niggas gotta put Bill to
What
ask you,
next? You're gonna say
what?
Epstein
The
Beeman now?
best?
Or gonna send
You are
Donald
not the
Trump Beeman
best.
in the debate? You just listed names at the point. You're just coping. My God, dude. But nice try at the rage bait. But
Oh,
let's just
you
get back
fucking
to how
retard.
you
It seemed like you
agree.
didn't understand because the
Let's just
track.
get back to
I'm
how you
explaining right
agree
is
that
that
you don't agree with your stance, which is a contradiction. Let's just get back to that point, shall we?
I you fucking retard. So let me explain to you,
I,
right?
I, you fucking retard.
Okay, so what's gonna be the
Fucking
argument why you think
retard.
Allah exists? What's gonna be the argument why you think Allah
So you
exists?
conceded your own position in virtue of you agreeing that you don't agree with your own position, and that's fine. That's going to
Okay,
be concession number four.
okay, so it
And
seems like
so
you
to get
didn't
to the
track. I'm saying
argument,
like,
and
what's gonna be the argument why
so
you
to
think
get to the
Allah doesn't exist?
son, stop talking.
What
And
is
so
this
to get to
retard
the
talking
argument,
about?
well, son, stop. So to
Okay,
get
I
to
don't
the
know why you
argument
try to act
was
rhetorical, but this doesn't work at all.
son,
I'm asking like, what's gonna be
son,
the argument why you think God? Why you think
stop
God?
talking, son.
Why you think
Son,
Allah
I'm trying to give
exists?
the argument. Relax.
Okay, so give the argument why
Okay?
you think Allah exists.
Son, stop talking, son. Stop talking,
It doesn't
son.
make you more.
Good
It
boy.
doesn't make you rhetorical, by the way. Just gotta let you know.
Son, be a good boy and stop talking. Let me give
It
the
doesn't
argument.
make you rhetorical, by the way.
Boy, stop talking.
This doesn't
So
make you
the
rhetorical,
argument
by the way.
was, boy, you don't want me to give the argument? What's going on?
Just give the
So
argument.
the argument, you boy, shut up. I'm trying to give the argument. You keep on interrupting me,
Give
right?
it.
So I'm going to give the argument when you have the self-control to put a
I'm having
leash on yourself, or
self-control.
actually, just put the leash. I'll just put the leash on your. I'll just put the leash on you for you myself. Actually, just to be clear on that.
I mute myself.
The argument why Allah exists. The argument is going to be that if it is the case that a divinely simple
Mhm.
being exists, then it's going to be evidence for the prop that Allah exists. Premise
Wait,
one.
so how
Premise
does
two is
Akira
the
being
divinely
divine
simple
applies
beings.
that they automatically
Stop
exist?
talking,
I'm
my
putting the question
son.
like,
Stop
how does
talking,
Akira
my
being divine
son. He just
automatically
can't
mean they
control
exist?
himself.
And what do
Do
you
you want
define
me to
as
just step
divine
the
being
rhetoric
in
up?
your case?
Do
What
you
do you
want me
define
to
as the
step the
divine being
rhetoric
in
up
your
right
case?
now? Do you want me to step the rhetoric up? Yes or no? If you want to play this game, we can do this. We can do
I'm
this. We
asking
can
like
do
what?
this.
So okay, I'm putting the question.
I'm
Ask
trying
right.
to finish
What do you
the
define as
argument.
divine
Can I
being, and
finish
why
the
does
argument?
Allah being a divine being automatically
One more
assume that He's
strike and
reality
it's over
itself?
for you, dude. One more strike and it's over. Let me give the
So you
argument.
gonna give me an
Okay?
explanation of why you fucking low tier?
You dumbass nigga. Just pipe down for a second. You fucking slave ass
I'm
boy. There's a
questioning your
reason as to why
argument,
you're
right?
fucking
I'm
black and you're
asking like,
slave. There's a reason. There's a
why
reason as
does
to why you're
Allah
black and
being
you're slave. The
a
reason is
divine
because
being
dumb fucks
applies
like
that
you
He
can't
comes to
even
real
allow
life?
the
And
person to finish
also,
a point.
what do you define as
Now you
divine being in your
call
own
the
case?
rhetorical demon to get him ripped apart as a result of this. Now I'm telling you right now that what the argument is going to be a simple modus ponens argument. Of course, you don't know what the modus ponens argument actually is because you're a dumb fuck illiterate scumbag piece of shit
Also,
ape
can you give me an
who
explanation of
lives
how this modus ponens
who has
like
no
how
money, who
does
has no fucking family, and lives
okay
as a
you
fucking
fucking
orphan.
retard. So you're not answering my
Right now,
question,
I'm going
right?
to give you the
I'm
argument
asking you,
why
right? You're
there's
trying
going
to
to be
shift
the
the
case,
burner. I'm
why
trying to
there's going
explain
to
to
be
you,
the
right? Is
case
that
that God
what's going to
exists.
do?
So premise one, son. Premise one, son.
Watch your
You
mouth.
low tier. Premise one. I watch your mouth. Or else what, son? Or else what, son? Do something about it, son. Do
This
something
doesn't make you
about it. I just
rhetorical.
called
This
you my
doesn't make you
black slave.
rhetorical.
Do something about it. Do something. Bro, do something. Black
This
slave.
doesn't make you rhetorical. This does not make you
Do
rhetorical. Just to
something.
let you be clear. It does not make you rhetorical, you
Do
stupid
something
bitch.
about it, nigga.
It doesn't
Do
make you
something
rhetorical.
about
This
it.
make you look more
You black
ass.
ass slave. Do something about it. I just called you black
Nigga,
slave.
have you seen
Do
yourself?
something about it.
Do
You
I have
told
to
me to
get your
watch
picture?
my mouth.
Nigga,
Or else
what?
what, nigga? Or else what?
Nigga,
Or
you
else
look like a
what?
chimpanzee ape.
Do
Shut your
something
ape
about
ass
it,
nigga.
nigga. Do something about it. Go.
That doesn't
Go.
make you
I just called you
rhetorical.
black slave. Black slave. Jamal, do something about it. You can't do shit about it. You can't
So you
do
gonna
shit
give your
about it
argument or
because you're on
what? So you gonna give your
discord.com,
argument or
nigga.
what?
Pipe down.
I'm literally
Pipe
putting the
down,
question
son.
to
You're on
ask.
discord.com.
I'm
Anyways,
literally putting
nigga.
the question to ask,
Can't
right?
do
What's
anything
gonna be
about
the
it. You can't do anything
I'm asking
about it.
like why do you
Yeah,
think divine being automatically
you
assume
dumbass
that he's
boy.
exists?
So the first premise is to say that if it is going to be the case that the divine simple being exists, then it's evidence for the proposition that the law
So what
exists.
evidence is
And premise two
what
is going to
evidence of
be that
wait,
a
wait, so what's gonna be
divinely
the
simple
evidence of
being
Allah
exists,
being
includes
exists
there is
because he's a
evidence for the
divine being?
proposition that the law exists,
And what do
and
you
of
define
course
as
there's
divine
evidence
being,
for
by
the
the way?
proposition
What
that
do
the
you
law
define as
exists,
divine
and
being?
successfully demonstrate to the proposition that the law exists.
Now
Now,
that's
what
question
premise do you
baby
have a
because
contention with?
I put in like five
Oh,
questions of your fucking answers
man.
and your fucking
What
claims and you
premise do
haven't
you
you have to respond to my
what
question.
premise
Now
do you
that's
put
your
the
question
question?
begging.
What premise do you put the question, retard?
Okay, now it seems like you didn't track because how much of a fucking ape you are and
What
how you
premise do you
act,
put
right?
as a question, retard?
Okay, I put a question, right? It's number one, right? Is that I put a question and said it asks like, what do you define as defined being? And number two, right? I also put it a question, right?
Is
Is
it the
that
case? Is it the case
how
that
does
you
Allah
believe?
being defined being justify him as this? That's what I'm putting the question to ask. You haven't yet
Well, you
answered my question. You
understand
haven't
that
yet given
under
an
your
argument. Why would
position,
this be the
under your
case?
you'd have to agree that the first premise is correct. Because
What?
under your framework, you don't believe in the antecedents or the consequence. Your framework entails both the antecedents and the
Listen.
consequence.
I'm putting in the question you claim. You haven't given me my question. That's you
Do you
question
believe
begging.
the antecedent? Do you believe the antecedent and the consequent of the first premise is false? Yes or
Okay,
no?
listen. Listen. Did you not understand my point, right? Do you
I
not
understand
understand
your
my
point
point?
perfectly. If the
No,
antecedents
okay,
or the
so answer my
consequent of
question.
the
Like,
first premise is
what do you
false,
define a
then the
defined being,
conditional
and why does
sentence
Allah
is
being
going to be
defined
true.
being justify him existing?
You understand that it is the case that you believe that
Okay,
there's no
now
divine
you trying to
being,
shift the
and
burden.
you don't
Now you trying
believe
to
that
shift
there's
the burden.
evidence for a law
Now you are
existence, right?
shifting the burden, you fucking retard.
Your
The reason why you
position,
shifting
your
the burden,
position
right?
entails
Because
the
here's the
first
data,
premise
right?
being
I'm
true.
putting a question on
Your
one claim,
position
and you trying to
entails the
ignore the
first
question, trying to
premise
avoid the
being
question,
true.
and try to shift it
Your
to the
position
different topic.
entails the first
Even
premise being
my
true.
original question
Your
has not been
position
answered in the original
entails the
topic
first
as we already
premise being
talked. You
true.
fucking retard.
You fucking retard. You dumbass nigga. Your position entails the first premise being correct. You've already conceded the first premise. He left. Yeah, retard. You just agreed to
Just
the
get that.
first premise. You
Oh,
conceded
okay.
the
Anyway,
first
so
premise. Your
listen, I'm trying to
position
explain, right? Is that
concedes to the
what's gonna be
first
the
premise.
argument
I'll
and why
tell
you
you why,
think Allah
retard.
exists,
Here's
right?
the reason as to why. You're gonna stop talking right now. You're gonna stop talking right now. You're gonna stop
Bitch, make
talking
me
right
stop
now.
talking, bitch.
All right.
Make me talk about talking,
So the
bitch.
first premise states,
And
son, stop talking. The first premise states that if a divinely simple being exists, then there's evidence for a law existing. Now, you don't believe in the antecedent or the consequence. You believe the antecedent is false, and you believe the consequence is false. So you automatically concede to the conditional sentence being true, because in predicate logic, if you have the falsehood of the antecedents or the consequent, that's going to be sufficient for the conditional proposition to be true, and you already agree that the antecedents, the consequence is false, because you don't agree with the proposition that a law exists, and you don't agree there's evidence for a law existing, and you don't agree that there's an divinely simple being that exists. And so you'd have to agree that the conditional sentence is in fact true. Any objections?
all right, so again, I'm questioning, right? Number one, right? What's gonna be the degree of truth for that? When I say what's gonna be the degree of truth, I mean like what truth correlates to your statement. So give a degree of truth of
Does it
why
depend
your
on the theory
statement's
of
true,
truth, retard?
huh?
Under any theory of truth, it will be correct.
Oh, so what's gonna be so what's the degree of justification of that
It's
claim
just
then?
true given how logic works. It's
No,
an
that doesn't make
analytic
no. I
fact.
say I'm putting a question to ask. What's gonna be the degree of justification
Do you
of that
know what
claim?
the truth table is, retard?
Hold on. What's gonna
Do
be
you
the
know the
degree of
truth table
justification of
is?
that claim?
I'll get you the truth table right now for conditional sentences, dumb fuck. Hold on, give me one sec. You're fucking retarded. I can tell you've
Holy
never
shit, this
actually
nigga's
done some
actually
research.
ass.
Here's
This
the
nigga's actually
truth
ass.
table. Here's the truth table of a conditional sentence. Give me one sec, retard.
So you go
Alright.
explain your truth table.
So
I'm.
I want you to check chat, you dumbass retard. If I say
Why you
P
can't just say
plus
it
Q,
fucking
that
VC?
implies not P or Q being true. You understand this, right?
So how does this
P
affect your
implies
argument? But how
Q
does this affect
is
your argument?
logically equivalent to not P or Q being correct. So the
So how
truth
is
table for a conditional sentence is going to be something like this, right? So the only instance in which it is going to be false is if you grant one of the props being true, right, like the antecedent being true and the consequent being false. But you don't grant any of the antecedents or the consequent being correct in the conditional proposition in the first premise. So you
you see?
automatically agree
Doesn't
to the
logically make no
conditional prop
sense
being
because I'm
correct.
putting a question to ask, right? Listen, now you just question begging, right?
Could you read this
Because
for me, retard? Read the truth
okay,
table.
Q, let me talk. You
Read the
stupid
truth
bitch.
table, retard.
Who the fuck you
Read the truth
talking to?
table, bitch.
You gonna let me
Read the
talk or
truth
what?
table, slave.
You gonna let me talk or what, bitch?
Read the truth table, low tier.
You gonna let me talk or what,
Read the
bitch?
truth table, you sub goblin. Read the truth table right now, retard.
Okay,
Read
so
it.
what I'm trying to explain to you,
Oh,
right,
you
is
can't
that
read?
like
Oh
I'm trying to
no, you
explain to you
can't
is
read.
how
Oh my god.
How did this
What
correlate
are
to
you
the
gonna
theory of
do?
the
You can't
justification?
read.
How does this justify? Wait, so I got a
You
question.
can't
Like, how does this just?
read. That's why you're running from
Why
reading the
does
goddamn
retard try to
truth table.
overtalk?
You
I'm
can't
trying to
fucking
explain to you,
read.
fucking
So
retard.
here's what
How
it
does
says.
how does
Here's
justify?
what it says, you
How
dumbass
does it
nigga.
justify?
Here's
How does
what
it
it
justify the divvy
says,
of truth? You fuck.
nigga. Here's what it says, you dumbass boy. So, conditional sentence P, which is the antecedent, sorry, and you have Q, which is the consequence, and then you have the material implication, which is the conditional sentence. Right? So, if P and Q is true, then the conditional prop is true. If P is true but Q is false, the conditional prop is false. If P is false and Q is true, the conditional prop is true. And if they're both false, the conditional prop is false. You grant that both of the props are both the antecedent and the consequent in the conditional proposition is false, and so you have to agree that the conditional proposition is true, and so you'd have to agree to the first premise being true.
I
You're fucked. You're cooked.
I fuck you,
You're
fucking
cooked.
retard. You want to go to conclusions? Because seemingly you didn't track at all.
I would
You
love
didn't.
to. I would love to go to
The
conclusions.
reason why I think
Love
I
to.
won because you could have given a justified theory of truth for why your statement is true, and also right, you didn't give no justification why the theory of justification of this would be the truth, right? And also right, is you question begging, right? When I say you question begging, right, I'm saying the right is that for some odd reason I'm questioning your claims. Your first claim is that the reason why you think Allah is this because he's a divine being, and I question two. I put in two questions of your argument, right? And the first question is that number one, right, how does Allah, that's his name. How is Allah being divine being automatically makes him existence, right? And number two, right? I also put another question is what do you define as divine being, right? And you have and you duck my question, you avoiding the question. Then you trying to shift the burden. When I say you trying to shift the burden, right? I'm saying though instead of attacking my argument, instead of attacking my point, right? But you trying to shift the burden and try to make me answer the question, even though you haven't answered my question first. So that's why I won this point over won this fucking debate really fucking badly. You fucking low.
Yeah, shut the fuck up, you dumbass, dirty ass fucking spook nigger. You're gonna get back on mute right now like a good bitch. So the retard just doesn't even understand that the conditional sentence does not presuppose any epistemic relevancy between the propositions or between the antecedent and the consequent. Right? The whole point of conditional sentences is to point out the conditions upon which a particular thing is satisfied. Nothing about that requires any sort of like relevancy or any epistemic relevancy. This is the reason as to why relevance logic is going to be distinguished from classical logic. Basically determines the truth value of conditional sentence. Right? You're going into the domain of relevance logic. No part of the conditional sentence presupposes any epistemic relevancy or any causal relation between the antecedent and the consequent. So, for example, if I say, if the moon is made of cheese, right, then it's going to be the case that Apollo exists. That's a true conditional sentence, right? Doesn't matter if the moon being made of cheese has any epistemic relevancy to me existing. The point of the matter is the very fact of the antecedent being false is going to be sufficient for the conditional proposition to be true. Think of it like promises, for example. If I say, for instance, that if you go to France, then I'll basically give you $1 million, and you never went to France before, right? And I give you $1 million. It doesn't mean the promise is false. It's still gonna be true, right? So again, you don't even understand how conditional propositions work. It doesn't presuppose any epistemic relevancy, right? That's going to be something which is presupposed only in relevance logic frameworks. Number two is you already agreed that the antecedent and the consequence respectively is false because that's your own position. You don't believe there's any evidence for a law existing, and you don't believe that there's a divinely simple being that exists, which of course is going to be what I believe a law is. And so it's going to be the case, given the entailments of your own stance, that you believe that the antecedent and the consequent respectively of the proposition is false. And so if you believe that these two things are false, then you'd also have to agree consequently or subsequently as a result of those two agreements, you dumb fuck retard, that the conditional proposition, which is what the premise one actually is, would have to be correct. Your own positions entail premise one being correct. I've pointed out the truth table, which I've posted in the side chat or in the general chat actually. You see in the last section, the last column, you see that if both the antecedent and the consequent is false, then the conditional proposition is true. Right? You believe they're false, so you already automatically agree that it is true, you dumb fuck retard. So, you're retarded as fuck. You're just a low tier piece of trash. Yeah, just get better. Just get better, and yeah, you got blown the fuck out. That's it. I'm asking nigga. Yo, Karen, mic up. Evil M, mic up and prove to me that I lost the debate right now or get banned from the fucking server. It's actually a policy in the server. If you shit talk someone or claim they have lost the debate, you have to defend your opinion or you get banned from the server. Oh, you mic up.
Can't believe I recorded that, G. Can we ban that nigga, bro?
Yeah, so how did I lose the debate, retard? You have 15 seconds to explain yourself.
Yeah, you said there's going to be like a principle, like is going to be like posted somewhere that there is going to be like a criteria for being a member in this like VC to say that if you make a claim, you have to prove it. I haven't seen that.
If you make a claim, you have to prove that. That was not my argument, retard. Want to try again?
Yes, it is. You. Oh my God, you're like not even tracking your own.
I've never made a normative claim on whether or not someone has to prove a claim. In fact, none of the disagreements in the conversation was about who has to prove what. What we're actually disagreeing upon is whether or not I hold a negative stance, retard. You're not even tracking the conversation. You just went on a derail point. What are you talking about, dude?
So you're saying
This
prove
is
it and
bad
not
for you.
you're saying prove it and not prove it. You're like in a contradiction right now. It's like embarrassing. You're like totally lost.
You understand the same? Telling someone to prove something is like you saying they have to prove it, retard. And besides, that was not even the point of the conversation. What are you even talking about? That wasn't even the point of the conversation. The point of the conversation, the disputes, the points of disputes we had, was specifically on whether or not he was making the positive claim and whether or not I was making the negative. You're gonna stop talking right now, right? So you don't even know the points of contentions here, and you're rambling. You're having a retard moment. You're having a retard moment. You're having a retard moment where you don't even know the goddamn point. Right. So, look at him. He's just running from the goddamn point. You're just so lost, dude. You're just so lost.
No, that's not what I said.
Yeah, what he said was, I made the claim that there's some normativity insofar as provability propositions. That's not a claim I've mentioned.
Oh, so you didn't say like
Wow,
one of the requirements.
you look bad right now, dude.
Like you have to prove claim. So wait, why did you threaten to ban me then?
Look at him rambling to himself,
Holy
thinking he's
fuck,
addressing
Jesus,
it.
Jesus, oh my God, you got like
Holy
laser
dodge,
eyes.
dude. Holy dodge. Are we going to address the point now? Are you going to address the point? Are you going to address the point, dude? Are you going to address the point, dude? What was the debate topic, retard? What was the debate topic? What was the debate topic, my son?
Holy fuck shit! And then like you're like talking about something completely
Here,
irrelevant.
could you record this conversation, please?
Oh my
Yo,
God,
retard,
like,
tell me what the debate topic was. Retard,
Yo,
tell me what the debate topic was.
You know where you
He's
are right
running for the point. He's running for the point. He's trying to rhetoric max right now, even though on the rhetoric I'm going in the fuck out. Tell me what the debate topic was. He's running. And I'm going to ask the question for the third time. Tell me what the debate proposition was.
Fucking you're like embarrassing
He's
yourself.
running again. I'm going to ask the question for the fourth time. What was the debate proposition?
It's completely irrelevant. What the fuck? You're
It's
like
completely irrelevant to talk about the debate proposition when claiming someone lost the debate. You think the debate proposition is irrelevant to dictating the winner of a debate, retard? You think that's relevant? You think debate propositions is irrelevant? You think the debate proposition is irrelevant to dictating who won the debate, retard?
Fucking shit.
Holy blunder! Wait, yes or no? Yes or no? Do you believe this? 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 Yes or no? Do you believe? Do you believe debate proposition is irrelevant to dictating who won the debate? Yes or no? Do you believe debate proposition is irrelevant to who won the debate? Yes or no? Do you believe this? Do you believe this? Do you believe this? Do you believe this? Stop dodging. Do you believe this? Yes or no? Do you believe debate proposition is irrelevant to dictating who won the fucking debate? Yes or no? Which one is it? Which one is it? He's on mute. He's on fucking mute. Right? Because he won't answer the goddamn fucking question. He knows he committed the fucking blunder. The blunder generator committed one of the most obvious blunders by thinking that me asking him what the debate topic was or what the debate proposition was is irrelevant. Yeah, how is it irrelevant, retard?
You're like what you were like gibbering about. So can you like
How is it irrelevant, retard?
That's literally my question. How is it relevant?
The debate proposition.
He
came in the voice calls a dick ride, and now you're getting dick slapped. Holy dude!
I wonder, like you just like losing right now in this conversation.
Answer my question. Answer my question. Answer it. It's not that scary, dude. My question is not that scary. Stop running from the question, dude. Stop running from it. Just answer it, dude.
You're not
Stop running from the question and answer the goddamn question, dude. Holy dude, you won't even answer the question at this point. You look like fucking dog shit right now. Tell me what the freaking question was. The response to the question, please. Tell me what my question was. The response to the question. Tell me,
Retard.
I'm embarrassing you right now. I agree with you. I'm embarrassing the fuck out of you right now. You're like my bitch right now. You're my bitch. You're my bitch who's participating in the famous Apollo humiliation ritual right now. You're the bitch who's participating in my humiliation ritual. That's embarrassing, dude. Now tell me what the debate prop was. What was the debate proposition? What was the debate proposition? What was the debate proposition? Holy, dude, he can't even answer the question. He's just stun-locked. He's stun-locked. He's stun-locked. He's stun-locked in the conversation. Holy, answer the question. Answer the question. Answer the question. Stop rambling to yourself. Dude. Stop rambling to yourself. We can't even hear what the fuck you're saying. We can't even hear what the fuck you're saying. Stop yapping to yourself. Stop yapping to yourself. Stop yapping. Stop yapping, son. Stop yapping, son. Answer the question. Which one is it?
Earlier you said that a
You're
requirement
so terrified. You're so fucking terrified of the one-dimensional question. You're so terrified, dude. Why are you so terrified?
If I'm not
You're
able to
terrified and petrified, and you just won't even answer anything right now. Holy, dude. Holy, just tap out the debate at this point. Just tap out the conversation. Tap out the conversation, dude. This is bad for you, man. Holy, tap out the conversation. Tap out the conversation. This is terrible for you, dude. You can't even tell me the debate. You can't even tell me the debate proposition. You can't tell me the debate topic. Which is occurring in the dialectical discourse. There's nothing that you've actually collected properly insofar as the claims are concerned, the arguments are concerned, the debate proposition is concerned, and even the debate topic is concerned. You got ripped the fuck out and blown the fuck out of the conversation. There's no means that you can actually come back from this. Dude. This is crazy. This is embarrassing. Dude. This is embarrassing.
Well, before I did, you were an absolute retard. I thought you were a retard.
Single actual points of mention. And you can't even tell me a point of contention. You can't even give me a point of contention right now. You look like fucking dog shit. You look worse than dog shit. You look dog shit. That's some sort of honor, some sort of respect behind it. You look worse than that actually on the conversation. This is crazy. Tell me a point of contention what actually occurred in the conversation. Tell me a point of contention. 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 Go for it, dude. You're getting rhetorically strangled right now. Holy. Dude, holy! You thought it was fucking wise. He's the best debater. Holy, dude, this guy's a troll. He has to be trolled. He has to be fucking trolled. He has to be trolled. You can't genuinely
reiterate the question. Holy shit! This is like fucking.
You can't genuinely be the retarded.
Can you repeat the question I asked?
You be the good to ask? That's a dodge. That's another dodge. That's another dodge.
You're getting tasered. I'm not
asking me to repeat his deal.
Voltage is like too high for you. You get like tasered.
You don't know what to answer. Mike, he's still gonna work. He's never gonna work. He's never gonna work because I'm 87,000 steps ahead of him.
Absolutely.
87,000 steps ahead of your pea-sized brain.
All I asked you to do.
It's not gonna work. It's never gonna work. Now tell me what the answer to my question.
You got absolutely stun-locked. That's like embarrassing. Wait,
now he's repeating my lines because he has no creativity. He has no creativity. He has no creativity.
Question that I asked.
Answer the question. Answer the
No,
question.
that's not what I asked. Can you repeat the question I asked?
No, that's what I asked. Another deflection from the low tier. Let's see if on the third try I might answer my question.
This is such a bad look. Wait, can you repeat the question I asked?
This is such a bad look. Look, the made in China laughs is not going to cut it, dude. You using these fake made in China laughs not going to make your Reddit look better. It's not going to make your Reddit look better. No one who is listening to this conversation.
Hey, retard. I don't know, but asking somebody or telling somebody they look bad isn't actually a question, retard. Retard, did you know that? Wait, retard, did you know that?
The voice file full of fucking men
on
on Discord. Everyone thinks it's looking good. Everyone knows for a fact that the only reason that they're asking me to repeat your deal questions is because you want to derail the conversation. You want to derail the conversation to get off my questions. I've asked you.
Don't worry, you are right now.
And the answer this is what I've asked you how is the case that a debate proposition is irrelevant to dictate the winner of the debate. You have not answered the question. Answer the question before you ask me. Look at him rambling in the background. Look at him rambling in the background. I've also asked you specifically, how is it going to be
dominated by a rhetorical titan?
You have a proper collection of the points in your own. Not even answer that question either. You're running, dude. You're running like a motherfucker. You're running faster than Usain Bolt on the track away from my fucking question. This is fucking insane. This is so
retard would
This
be
is
able to
for
answer.
real.
But
Holy, dude, you could intellectually monster the conversation, dude.
Retard,
You are a sub-3 intellectual dumb
Hey,
fuck.
Apollo,
Look at
can
you,
repeat the
dude. What do you
question
think you're
asked
gonna do in
again
this?
in time? Yes or
Your
no?
your low IQ is not gonna affect my argumentation, son.
Holy shit, you're
What are you
dragging
trying
on
to
your
do?
stepping on a
What are
rake.
you trying to do, son?
Dragging
You
on his
get an
own tongue. Oh
IQ
my fucking god.
You're
This is
punching
such a bad look,
way
Apollo.
above your IQ
You have
weight
way
class.
too much saliva in your mouth.
You're like the
You're like
featherweight
yelling at yourself,
debate,
trying to make yourself
and
look
I'm
good.
like the
Even
heavyweight
the fact that you
debate
have all this
champion.
saliva in
You're
your throat,
punching
you
way
don't
above your weight.
either
What are you
swallow
doing,
saliva in your
son?
mouth or spit it
What are
out.
you doing, son? Son, what are
Look
you
at the
doing?
retard, he's crashing out. Oh my god,
Son,
he's
the
crashing out.
retard, what are you doing, son?
The retard, he's like
Son,
crashing out.
stop
It's
struggling
embarrassing.
to articulate your
The
sentence.
fact that you've been
What are you
stunned like
doing, son?
you were unable to answer
Repeating my
Apollo.
lines as he's running out of one-liners. Oh my god. Holy embarrassment.
Apollo, you lost. So I'm gonna ask you another question and try to
You lost.
give you
What a great argument. What a badass
like,
comeback.
here,
What a
I'm gonna
badass argument. Holy, dude. You got me with that
Apollo,
one, dude. Shut the fuck up, you dumbass boy.
you
Dude, you're
repeat
fucking
the proposition,
retarded.
Apollo.
Like, you can't even tell me what the debate proposition
No,
is.
that is not
You
the
think
proposition.
someone conceded
Yeah,
the
try again.
proposition is going to be
Never.
emblematic of them actually winning
Yeah,
the conversation.
calm down. You're like freaking out. Yo, so can you like repeat the
You're
question?
getting dick slapped, dude. What the fuck?
I'm getting dick
Getting
sucked. Wait, this
penetrated like a
retard
bitch
say I'm
right
getting
now.
dick
Getting
sucked.
penetrated like a bitch.
I'm getting
You're
dick
getting
sucked.
penetrated like a bitch. Look
Apollo,
at
can
you.
you tell me what it means?
Holy,
I'm getting
dude.
dick sucked? What does that mean? Look, the
What does
retard
that
doesn't even
mean?
know
Of
what he's
course
saying.
you don't
I'm
know what it
getting
means
dick
because you're
sucked. What the
retarded.
fuck
Of
does
course
that
you don't know
mean?
what it means because you're retarded. You're fucking lost. You don't know
I'm
what it
getting
means.
dick
Of
sucked.
course you don't because you're dumb as shit. You're dumb as
Word
fuck.
doesn't even know how to formulate rhetorical points correctly. He said, "I'm getting dick sucked." What the fuck does that mean? Hey, Apollo retard, can you explain to me
You don't
what
know
that
the means
means?
for someone to get dick slapped, retard?
Yeah, you said I'm getting dick sucked. What the fuck
Ask
does
your
that mean?
mama. She'll tell you how I dick
Oh,
slapped her last night.
he doesn't know what to say.
Stutter
I'm
of
getting
doom
dick
and
sucked.
despair.
Like
Stutter of
me
doom
saying
and
I'm getting dick
despair,
sucked.
dude.
Actually, a
I just
compliment.
gave you
I think that
scores.
means that
Ask
somebody's
your mama,
actually
dude. I
praising me.
dick slapped the
I'm getting
fuck
dick
out of her
sucked.
last
Somebody's
night,
praising me.
nigga.
How is that
Nigga, ask your
rhetorical?
mama, dude. Ask her.
This is like embarrassing for you, Apollo. Here, I'm gonna give you like
It's
another
embarrassing for
chance.
you that you claimed that someone lost a debate without even knowing the
No,
debate
that's not what
topic.
I
It's
asked,
fucking
retard. So I'm gonna ask
crazy.
you
You
again.
don't even
Yeah,
know the
Apollo, repeat
arguments in
the
the
question
freaking
that I asked you.
conversation. You're fucking stupid, dude. What are you doing
Are you
right now?
crying? Wait, are you crying? Why does your tone sound like you're
Oh,
crying?
are you crying? Like, you sound like you're crying right
Retard is
now,
actually
nigga.
crying.
What are you
Holy
talking about,
shit, that's
dude?
actually gonna be a given, expecting the
You're
fact that
damn right I'm crying.
you're
I'm crying on the platform, nigga. I'm
year old
laughing at
retard.
you right now, nigga.
You're
You're dumb as
more
fuck.
dumb than a 3-year-old baby retard, which I actually proven. Then it's expected under
You
the
got to
hypothesis that you're crying.
Proven. Why do you pronounce words like that?
True. Holy fucking shit. Apollo, do you have anything else to say?
You know your words are like drowning, like you're drowning in words right
He's
now.
literally
Like you might be
crawling
like
away.
so fucking
You're like
terrible.
crawling away,
Like
and I'm
your
like,
your words are like for the main
here.
part inaudible, and not to mention you have a stutter and a speech
Getting like
impediment, and you can't
belted
articulate
right
the basic sentence, you can't articulate the basic arguments, you can't articulate the basic point, you can't even tell me the point of contention, you can't even tell me any point which was relevant to the dialogue, you can't even tell me the debate proposition. So on all facets, on all tenets, and all sections of this conversation, you're gonna be talking knocked the fuck out by your fucking slave master. And now, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to step your explanation, you're gonna step up your tracking skills, and then afterwards you're gonna tell me what the proposition is. So tell me what the proposition was. Tell me what the big proposition was. Go for it. Don't dodge. Don't dodge. Don't dodge. Don't dodge.
You're just giving me this debate.
Don't
Apollo,
dodge.
you're giving me this like
Don't
debate.
dodge.
You're getting embarrassed. You're embarrassing yourself.
He's ducking. He's ducking. He's ducking. He's ducking from the question.
Every attempt you make
Answer
to
the
try to
question.
regain control is you stepping on another rake. You're like stepping on bananas here. You're stepping on bananas.
He's ducking. Don't you see it? Stop ducking. Answer the question.
Screaming at herself.
More ducking again. Answer the question.
The
More
retard is
duck
screaming
noises.
at himself. Holy fuck shit, you
More
have Down
duck
syndrome?
noises. Answer the question. Answer
Wait,
it.
wait, you didn't ask a question. Oh, you sounded like you were gurgling with some dick.
Answer the question. Answer the question. Answer the question, son. Answer it, dude. Answer the question.
He's like, he's
Answer it.
laughing at him.
He's mad because I'm laughing at him. You're mad because you're getting mad. You're mad because you're getting mocked on Discord.com.
I'm gonna let you
You're
scream at
angry
yourself.
because you're getting mocked on Discord.com. I was getting blown the fuck out. Answer the question. Answer it.
He's like, you are. You're
Answer
literally
it,
joking.
dude. Answer it.
By TikTok Thomist. Like, how
He's
embarrassing.
struggling to speak right now. What a fucking sad, pathetic
The only
loser.
rhetorical point was that I was getting dick
My
sucked.
God, dude. What the fuck are you doing right now, nigga?
This is retard. You absolute
You're
Jamaican
getting
retard.
drowned out right now. What are you
Like,
trying to
Don
do right
went to cereal. Like, did your
now?
dad
You're
put
getting
some bubble thing in
drowned. You're
cereal? You
getting
Jamaican
drowned.
coke and shit. You absolute bumba fool. This is like embarrassing for you. You've
He
been
doesn't
getting
know
referred
the debate
boys.
proposition,
Put
yet
your
he's
ankles
confidently
around your ears.
claiming that I
And
lost.
your ankles
What an
around your ears.
imbecile. What an
This is so strange.
imbecile.
This is like bad.
My
This is
God,
such a bad
dude.
look. This is literally such a bad look. And you screaming
He's
at yourself
repeated,
isn't making
he has
it
been
any better.
repeating the same
You
lines
screaming at
for the
yourself
past
is
20
actually
minutes
making you
without
look like
thinking of
more of a
any new
retard.
creative
All you've been
comeback.
doing to try to defend
Holy
yourself from getting
shit,
raped
dude.
or
You
scream at
can't even
yourself,
think of any creative
gurgle on
badass
your
comeback.
saliva,
I am doing
choke on your
now.
tongue, and the only sentence that you were actually able to
What
formulate
is he even
was that I'm
saying
getting
right now? He's just talking to
what the fuck
himself.
does that mean?
He's having a
This is so
schizophrenic
bad. Oh my
episode.
god. This is like bad for you, Apollo. I think you just need to like go and get some like Jamaican beef patties and like refuel
You
that like
need to go get some pussy,
in that
nigga. That's what
bread.
you need to
And
go
then
get to
maybe
right now.
after
You need to
that
go get some
we'll
pussy.
actually be able to
Instead of
respond
coming to
to you.
discord.com and getting
Fantastic.
some dick slapped by random niggas on the internet, go get some pussy, nigga. This is not
You
built for
fail
you.
to actually
This hobby is
understand
not
fucking
for you,
sense.
my nigga. This
You
hobby is not for you. It's not
this is
gonna
like
be
such a
funny.
bad look, Apollo.
It's not
And I
even funny
actually
anymore.
respect
This
the
is
fact
not
you
for you,
haven't
dude.
moved.
This
Given the fact
hobby is for
you are saying,
intellectual
oh my
titans,
god,
like
you
for
know, I'm
example
just gonna
me.
let this
Not for
speak and try to
dumbass
like
niggas like you who
engage
can't
people.
even track
It's like very
conversations, who can't
evident
even
and it's
speak
very
properly, who
transparent that
doesn't
you're
even
getting
have the
blown the fuck out.
confidence or the
Like only a
composure or the
retard like
eloquence
you are not getting blown the
to
fuck out.
basically communicate a one-dimensional
What?
argument. You have
Better
nothing to support. You're not good for this shit, dude. You're
talking,
not good
you
for
just
this
stop
shit.
talking.
You're not built for
You
this
just
shit, dude.
deliberating
You're not like.
over my
You're
voice.
not
Then
that
you
guy,
what you have
son.
to say. But given
You're
the fact
not
that
that
I
guy,
can't stop
son.
talking, he
You're
stopped
not
talking.
that guy,
He knew
son.
that you
Can
were
we just leave the
Son, you're not that
topic on
guy.
unposted?
Son, pipe down.
have jokes, and you
Yo,
have
professor, is he not getting drowned?
is throwing up air balls, Apollo. This is bad.
Yeah, you're the
Holy
only
fuck.
throwing air balls right now by missing every single goddamn fucking point of the conversation.
The
Right?
only rhetorical point you were actually trying to like land was that I was getting dick sucked.
I
What
landed
does that
every
mean,
single
Apollo?
rhetorical
Can you
jab,
explain
and
to us
now you're
what that
facing the
means?
rhetorical
Wait,
concussion,
Apollo,
you
can
dumb
you
fuck.
explain to
You
us
can't
what that
even
means?
fight.
Wait,
You
when you
can't
said I
even
was
fight
getting dick
back.
sucked, what does
You're
that mean? Can you
facing the
tell me?
rhetorical concussion of doom
Okay,
and despair
professionally,
after
everybody
facing
wants
and
Apollo.
receiving
Everybody
rhetorical
wants to
right
know
hooks that
what
have
you
been
meant
thrown the
when you said
entire
I was
time.
getting dick sucked. Can you
This
like
is
explain
insane,
for us?
dude. This
What
is
you screaming at
insane.
yourself? Here, I'm gonna make this
Fight
pass
back,
very
son.
clear. I'm gonna put it in
Fight back,
caveman language,
son.
as
Fight
natural language
back,
as it
son.
gets.
Holy,
Retard.
fight back,
I'm gonna
son.
explain to everybody in the VC
Fight
what you
back,
meant by I was
son.
getting dick sucked. Stunlock!
This
Oh
is
my
so
god,
bad,
this is so
dude.
bad. You're getting
Nah,
tasered.
nah, nah, boo, boo. You mad
Like,
as fuck,
you
dude. Get
tased in
better.
26 minutes
Get
and 13
better.
seconds.
Get
Holy
a
shit,
better
Apollo, this
mic.
is like
Get
so
better
bad.
rhetoric.
Oh
How do
my
you have
god,
worse
this is
mic than me of
literally
all
extremely
people? That's how
embarrassing for you.
bad your mic is,
Holy,
dude.
how do you
What
feel right now?
reaction
Your
to
image
us
is like
again?
turning purple at this point, dude. This is like worse than TikTok Thomas cooking you. How do you feel?
This is the TikTok Thomas
Look
cooking
at he's
you.
like screaming at himself. He's like whining to himself. He doesn't have anything to say, so he's just like making up gibberish with his like saliva in his tongue. Like I think you're
He's
just
still going. He's still
yourself.
trying his very
Go
best.
and just chew on that beef patty, Apollo, because you with your mouth aren't doing anything meaningful. It's like embarrassing. He's like laughing at himself. He's like, laughing at the dishes that I'm like giving him. Like, are you
Oh
laughing at the dishes that I'm like dishing out?
shit, dude. Bro, you're one of the most pathetic rhetoric I've ever listened to, by the way, just to be clear on
Wait, so
that.
the rhetoric
Do
that
you want
like
to
had
give
you
your dumb
unlocked many times, is
conclusions?
that the rhetoric we're talking
Do you
about?
want to give
The
your dumb
rhetoric that like had you
conclusions,
embarrassed
Rico?
to the point where you were gurgling on your saliva, choking on your tongue, and saying I got dick sucked. That rhetoric?
He's saying that while choking on his
Look, he's
words
like
right
can't
now.
answer
What a
any
fucking
questions.
ironic
This is
claim.
embarrassing.
What an
He can't answer.
ironic claim.
He literally
What
cannot
an
answer anything.
ironic
Holy
claim.
shit, Apollo. This is like so bad for you, dude. I think you just like end the VC and just go get your Jamaican beef patty, dude. Look, he doesn't know what to say. Oh my god. He's like thinking of something to say, but he doesn't want to sound like a retard because the last time he thought of something to say, he said I was getting dick sucked. What do you mean by that? Like, oh
The
my god.
retard professor, just to be clear on this, the retard does not even understand. He doesn't even understand that what we do is when someone makes a lame fucking insult, like go get your Jamaican beef patties, we make the silence pass to see if anyone will find it funny, but no one found you fucking funny, dude. No one actually found it fucking comical, and no one will ever find it to be creative because you're a dumb fuck. You can't even think of creative comebacks. The whole entire time was you saying specifically, "Oh, you look better in the conversation. Oh, you look better in the conversation. Oh, you're stunned up." You've been repeating my lines every single time while I was coming back with several different creative lines, several different comebacks, several different rhetorical right hooks. You have no sort of creativity or diversity that I possess, dude. You're not built like that, dude.
So anyways, if you want to give your conclusions, we can hit the conclusions. and you can give your conclusions. And if not, I'll just give my conclusions, and then Professor can just end the recording. You can just end the recording, Yeah, so give your conclusions. Go for it. Let me just unmute the dumb fuck. Look at thoughts you
I
hit
think
with
it's
the
a great
Jamaican beef
to end
patties
with the
combo.
conclusion of this
Holy
like
dude, what an
short dialectic.
embarrassment.
I don't even think I have to say anything. Like I think I've like repeated the points that like you've been rhetorically stunlocked on, and you've been like embarrassing yourself. So I don't think I have to actually say anything, Apollo. I think you know what happened. I think you know the fact that your ankles were behind your ears for like the last 30 minutes.
Are you done? Yeah, so anyways,
Wait,
dude, typical instance of you being like your cheeks got spread apart of the conversation, got blown the fuck out. You were intellectually, rhetorically, argumentatively, and dialectically stun-locked and blown the fuck out and literally decimated and decapitated in the conversation, just to be clear for the voice call and for the audience. You literally made the claim like a dumb fuck retard, intellectually inept ape. You said specifically that it is the case I have lost the debate. And then when I asked you what the debate topic of proposition was, you proceeded to dodge the fucking question, then responded with one of the most dumb fuck retarded blunders of all time by asking me, how is it going to be the case that the debate proposition is going to be relevant to dictating the winner of a debate? You're fucking stupid. Of course it's going to be the case that if you believe that someone lost the debate, dumb fuck, you're going to believe, of course, that that's going to be stipulated on the basis of a particular proposition that was agreed upon as the debate proposition, and then you believe that the person failed to either argue for their stance on the debate proposition or they failed to refute their opponent's stance. You don't even know what my stance was. You don't know my opponent's stance was. You don't even know what the proposition was. You don't even know what the topic was. And then on top of all of that, you're stumbling and stuttering over your words so often. It was so embarrassing, like the stumbling Steven you actually are, and like the derailed donkey you actually are. You derail the fucking conversation away and try to ask me derailed questions by asking me to repeat your questions instead of answering my original questions, which came before your questions. And so, in other words, you got pissed on. You were basically just giving me, blowjob the entire time, like a good fucking slave boy, and you just had no means of fighting back. No means of fighting back. And yeah, it was just terrible. Just like your Jamaican beef patty combat, that was also just as terrible. But yeah. You gotta get employed. Tell your mom to stop being a local prostitute. Get an actual job, and tell your dad to stop flipping burgers at McDonald's. It's embarrassing stuff. So that's basically just it. Yeah, it's terrible stuff. Man, we have Professor who was recording the conversation, recording your rhetorical humiliation session that you've been going through the entire of the past 30 minutes or 20 minutes. So yeah, we have the recording, and so with that being said, the conversation is finished. That was embarrassing. That was terrible. Yeah, I mean, any person who's like unbiased, like Skeetle, for example, can tell like he got blown the fuck out. It's like he got like literally embarrassed. And just to be clear, this is like a nerfed version of me, by the way. It's like a nerfed version of me beating the fuck up. That's like insane to me. You know. No, Professor gonna post on his YouTube channel. I'm gonna post loads of conversations like this on my channel. He's
What
gonna
about
post on his YouTube. You got ripped
what about the
apart,
other
dude.
one?
Like
The one
even
of
the
the
guy
retard
Skeetle
guy.
in the chat is saying that he got